Hey friends, this is Caleb. Welcome to the Daily Devo. We're in our relationship series that's all about gaining wisdom from the scriptures for the various relationships in our life. And today's verse is found in Ecclesiastes 7, 8 through 9. Let's read it together. It says, "Finishing is better than starting. Patience is better than pride. Control your temper, for anger labels you a fool." Whew, this is a tough one, guys. A flash of anger can happen in an instant, but its effects can last for a long time. There's an old Chinese proverb that says, if you are patient in one moment of anger, you will escape 100 days of sorrow. I want you to pause and think of a time when you let your anger spill over into action. Now think of the effect that had on the people around you. Now, fast forward a week or two, was the anger worth it? Did it produce anything in hindsight good, or was it just destructive? Benjamin Franklin said anger is never without a reason, but seldom a good one. I love that. I can remember a time a year or so back when my family and I were driving back from Flagstaff after a weekend of camping. None of us had slept very well, because you rarely do when you're camping, and we had an amazing time. But the 3-hour drive home with 2 toddlers had worn everyone a little bit thin. And around the last 20 minutes of the drive, one of our kids had an emotional meltdown. They start screaming at us, and I turned around and I let them have it. I overstepped. I went too far in my tone and in what I said, and that one action took weeks of processing with my kids to restore confidence that our home was a safe place to express feelings and that Dad wasn't just going to fly off the handle when they acted out. After that, it took a whole lot of calm responses to re-earn trust after one bad response. If you're patient in one moment of anger, you will escape 100 days of sorrow. So what can we take away from this verse today? It's obvious anger is destructive. So how do we avoid its damage in our relationships? Ask God to show you the root of the problem. In my experience, I found the cause of anger in a person to be either them not taking care of themselves and having nothing left in the tank when something annoying happens, or there are unaddressed wounds like childhood trauma or unforgiveness that you've tried to sweep under the rug. The reality is, hurting people hurt people. You have to put the oxygen mask on yourself before assisting those around you, right? Give yourself some grace. If you're dealing with consistent outbursts of anger, there's probably more there than meets the eye. God's given us an amazing gift in therapists and counselors who can help us process past trauma and move forward into the present. Or maybe, like me on that way back from that camping trip, you just haven't been giving yourself enough margin. You've been burning the candle at both ends and there's nothing left to give. Some of you need to stop watching the news because the news is actually fueling this fire of anger in you. Say no to that second energy drink you have to consume just to function. Get some sleep and exercise and good rhythms established in your life so you have something to give when others need it most. So today, if you start getting annoyed and feel an urge to lash out, just stop. Say, "Thank you, Holy Spirit, for peace in me." Call out that truth of God in you and ask Him to show you what He sees about the anger and about what's causing it. Learn to pause, to take a deep breath, and to listen.